is Richard Hayzler, proud principal of Pequannock Valley Middle School, a grade 6 through 8 school as part of the Pequannock Township School District in Pompton Plains, New Jersey. Welcome to this week's episode of Learning Sparks, where we learn and grow together, focusing on instructional strategies that enhance student learning in your classroom. Many of us are starting school over the next several weeks, and some of us throughout the country have already started school. But when you focus on what we should really be doing in those first several weeks, assessment is a key component to student learning. And in today's episode, we're going to focus primarily on formative assessment as a means to re-energize and reinvigorate your student learning in your classrooms. And when you talk about formative assessment, you're talking about a wide variety of methods that you can use to conduct in-classroom evaluations of your students' understanding, their needs, and their progress during a particular lesson or a unit of study. And it can be a really powerful tool to measure your students' progress. At the start of a school year, as you look for ways to enhance and adapt your teaching to accommodate new curriculum, new standards, the new students that you have, I think it's important to think about how you can use formative assessment powerfully as a way to re-energize your students and yourself for your classroom. So we're going to talk about 5 ways you can do that. And today, in the first one, I think we can talk about incorporating formative assessment tools. And today, with technology, there's many ways that you can gain quick information about your students that can enhance your instruction on a day-to-day basis. With the use of digital Chromebooks and things in the classroom, you can use things like Pear Deck, Kahoot, Flipgrid, Quizzes, Quizlet, and a variety of other tools that will provide you with a multitude of information that you can use to guide your instruction. I know that my teachers here at Pequannock Valley use multiple measures to determine student progress, and digital resources can really provide you with quick formative assessment strategies. The outcomes you can gain from formative assessment is really the second piece. The outcomes you can provide students when they see how they do can really empower them and provide them with some autonomy in their learning. When students can see right away that they're mastering a subject, they really start to feel good about themselves. And if they don't do so well, the feedback that you can provide and the relationships that you build can go a long way. The other piece about formative assessment, and this is number 3, is it really hones student focus. When students see that they are doing well and they want to pursue interests in another way, they get into more of an inquiry-based style learning. So when students see immediately that they're doing well on a subject, they may want to dig deeper into that. And as a teacher, you can guide them in their research to begin to ask questions that they may not have asked before, because that leads you into the 4th thing. You can really use practices to help ask higher order thinking questions. Now we're going to do a whole separate Disrupt Ed episode on student questions and how they enhance learning, but when you have formative assessment data that you can use, you as a teacher can now ask higher order thinking in your classroom that will take student learning to another level. And then the last piece, and this is the 5th part of the formative assessment process, is really differentiating. Once you get the results from a formative assessment, you can now do individualized targets for each one of your students to enhance their growth in their classroom and in their learning. So if you see students are doing really well, you can push them to do other things as we talked about with the higher order thinking. And if you have students that are really struggling, you can take the time to do some one-on-one instruction with them or some group work that will target and help develop the mastery that they will need to be successful in your classroom. So formative assessment is a critically powerful tool, not just at the start of the school year, but throughout the school year. So I look forward to talking with you more about formative assessment and how it can be used in future episodes. But as we continue to learn and grow together, let's spark student learning in our classroom by assessing students on a regular basis. Get to know them, find out what their passions are, what they're good at, and then develop lessons that are really going to spark their learning. This is Rich Hayzler. You can follow me on Twitter @RichHayzler, and let's continue to keep doing what's best for kids. Have a great day and a great year. Take care.